As we celebrate Veterans Day, we are reminded of the immense sacrifices our servicemen and women have made and continue to make to preserve the freedom that makes our country so very strong. As a healthcare company, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the individuals in our organization, as well as those of our clients who so faithfully served, and pay tribute to those who laid down their lives to protect our great land. For this reason, Interim HealthCare is proud to be partnered with veterans in many different ways. From recruiting veterans to opportunities within our organization and leadership roles in our franchise community to serving their personal care, home health care, and hospice needs. Another partnership we are especially proud of is with the We Honor Veterans program. Working with hospices and community organizations to meet veterans' specific needs during the latter stages of life. Honoring veterans in meaningful ways during this time is important, and it makes a difference to these heroes to know that their service mattered and that their legacy is passed on to future generations. Listen in as Casey Couture, Hospice Volunteer Coordinator and Administrator of the We Honor Veterans program at the Interim HealthCare Topeka, Kansas location, as she shares her dad's story and what it meant to be honored during this significant stage of life.
We Honor Veterans program, the mission is to essentially educate people in the community, especially healthcare workers, about veteran issues and how to best take care of them at the end of their life. Our owner, Jill Harrison, she is very dedicated to supporting this We Honor Veterans program. Her father, who started the company, was in World War II. He joined up at age 17. He was in the Navy. And so she told me that, he came back, built a life for himself, bought a business, and really instilled in his family that serving your country, serving your community is really the most important thing and the way to give back. He was very proud of his service and his country. And so for her and her family, it's really that legacy. We provide a flag to every veteran. So this way, they can actually have the flag now before they've passed away. My father, a year ago, was diagnosed with cancer and went on hospice. So while he was on hospice, people back at the office kept saying, "Hey, Casey, we need to honor your dad because he's a veteran." And I kept saying, "Oh, we will, don't worry, we'll get to it." But I kept doing other veterans before him. And eventually my father took a turn for the worse and was on his deathbed. And it was somewhat unexpected. So I was at home with him at bedside, the family was, and I kept getting a call from back at the office saying, "Casey, hey, we need to come and honor your father." So they showed up at my doorstep. My whole family was around, but there we are bedside. My interim family comes in to honor my father, and he had gotten pretty bad. So he hadn't opened his eyes for about 12 hours. And the chaplain came in and we were doing the pinning ceremony, and they handed him the flag and put his hand on top of the flag. And when he filled the stars, his eyes went wide open. And he took his hand up and he saluted. And you actually heard him mouth the words, "God bless America." And there was not a dry eye in the house. I mean, it was just so amazing. And it was at that moment that I really, really realized that it does matter. I mean, it matters that we do this. And I knew before going out and doing this that it mattered. But when I saw my actual father respond to that, I mean, he was ready, but he responded to that flag in his hand, and everyone had gathered, and I knew that it mattered. I knew that it matters that we honor these veterans. Honoring them and saying thank you and presenting that flag to them, it's almost like I can now close that chapter of my life, and now it's okay. I can go. I would say to veterans, if they heard this, know that the communities you live in do care about you. They care about your experiences, and you still have a purpose. Whether your purpose is to help go out and honor other veterans and their families, or if your purpose is to let us come in and thank you and let your family be around you and let that living history be passed on. No matter what, you have that purpose. And we, as Interim Hospice, are honored to be a part of that journey